Are you telling me that the leaps are gonna get tougher?
Where would you like to go, Sam?
'Cause I got faith of the Arse. I'm going where my arse will take me. So Sam leaps forward 150 odd years into the captain of a fancy new Terran spaceship. And since our hero has 7 doctorates and knows at least 4 martial arts,
I know Kung Fu.
he's like, fuck it, I can wing this. The situation: the president of the a Klingon, is in a coma after crash landing on Earth and killing some other unknown aliens who were after him before a rando farmer shot him in self-defense. Since Soros-backed DAs are no longer a thing, the question isn't how many decades the white guy will spend in jail, but what to do with Jeff Ridges here. The Vulcans, these other aliens who are Earth's allies but also supercilious pricks, think we should stay out of it because we're kinda retarded. They plan to pull the plug and send Ridgie's corpse back to Kronos because anything more than a minor cold and a Klingon must commit seppuku or something. Sam, of course, hates being called retarded, and besides there's that whole put right what once went wrong thing.
I can have my ship ready to go in 3 days. We'll take him back home. Alive.
The top admiral agrees, so he's all in your face, Saval, but the big cheese warns him not to fuck it up, else he'd be flying a freighter full of rubber dog shit out of your anus. So it's off to the jungle to pick up his comms officer, who's on leave, and teach... Oh, Jesus. Best girl's like, my students have exams in 2 weeks, but Sam plays her some Klingon black metal, and she's all, screw those losers.
Well, that was easy.
To the ship then, where Bubba, Sam's chief engineer, is fixing to cause a ruckus over the assignment of some Vulcan broad as their science officer. We also meet Doggage, who obviously knows Sam is an imposter, but is waiting to see how this whole thing plays out. Enter the Vulcan, who assets the melon Zarela, who was at the meeting earlier. She assures them she isn't a spy and will gladly depart once the Bristol's cans boobage. Once the mission's concluded. Then it's time to seek out those strange, bold civilizations or whatever.
Let's go.
Okay, it's no engage, but what do you want from the guy? He's doing his best, damn it. Cut to a place where a shadowy hologram dude tells another of those unknown lizard dudes from before to recover a MacGuffin Ridgie was carrying. And everything's all trippy and shit. This can't be good. Back on the ship, the hastily assembled crew get acquainted with each other. Dr. Polygamy shows Sam his worms, and Pitch Black, the helmsman, wastes no time in bragging about his triple-titted alien conquests. My dick, in space! Though in fairness, what else is space for, really? And speaking of my dick, Best Girl and Boober do some bitchy infighting, which totally isn't typical of women in the workplace. Before either of them can cry in the toilets and go home early, though, Polygamy hails the bridge with the news that Ridgie has awakened. Alas, the guy's brain's still fried, so it makes about as much sense as Joe Biden.
I was going to foot him...
Suddenly, they drop out of warp and blow a fuse. It's the lizards! Sam bags one. Hey, the guy was in Nam, but the others get away with Ridgie. Oh boy! Determined not to fail as a glorified delivery driver, Sam puts his people to work, telling Bubba to analyse the sensor logs, Socially Awkward Brit, the weapons officer, to ready the weapons, and Best Girl to figure out what Ridgie was saying prior to being snatched. Boober's all for turning back, but Sam tells her to cram a chuffing sock in it and get on his team.
You are going to be contacting Starfleet to advise them of our situation.
No, I'm not, and neither are you. Now get the hell out there and make yourself useful.
That's right, bitch. You better walk away. Back in sickbay, Dr. P reveals that, my god, he was vaccinated. So the lizards aren't really lizards at all, but regular aliens called Sulaban who've been genetically enhanced. This doesn't really help much, but the dude's having fun. In engineering, Bubba and Boober glean almost nothing from the aforementioned logs, since the lowest bidder for the sensors contract was Fisher-Price. Best Girl, however, suggests Nigel may be of some significance, and Boober reluctantly informs them it's a nearby system, and the last place Ridgie visited before the crash. Punch it, motherfucker! Upon arrival at Rigel, whatever, after landing on this frosty shithole, the away team split up because they can do more damage that way. Pitch Black and SAB head straight for the strip club, Natch, while Bubba shouts at an asthmatic child and Booba gives him the old all cultures are equal spiel. Then Sam and Best Girl get Sulabaned, and we learn Bubba and Booba have been Sulabaned too. But these are good Sulaban, and Sam is taken to Sarin, who rather than being a gas is a hot resistance leader or something. Having magically determined his trustworthiness via a snog, and how many times have we all made that mistake, she tells Sam about the MacGuffin, which she gave to Ridgie. Apparently it proves the bad lizards are inciting a Klingon civil war, and if Ridgie doesn't get it to Kronos pronto, it'll be January 6th times 1,000.
Yes.
She also reveals the lizards are following orders from someone in the distant future, and Sam's like, time travel? What? I didn't know anything about that. I think she bought it. Phaser blast! The Sulabads are back, and this time they're pissed. Sarin frees the bees and leads them all to the lift, but before she can get in, someone turns off the gas. Because she's Sarin. She won't be Sarin any more scenes. Back up on the roof, no one can remember where they parked. Luckily, Booba soon spies their vehicle and finds Pitch Black and SAB already inside and ready to go, having completed their mission to boldly spaff in strange nude girls. Sam provides covering fire for the others, dual-wielding EM-33s like a boss, but just as he's about to join them, he takes one in the leg.
You make it home now. Survive!
Just kidding. Bubba and SAB get him on board and they're fucking ghost. But the gung-ho captain's out for the count, and the Sexo wastes no time in filling that power vacuum.
Sub-Commander DePaul to Enterprise.
Go ahead.
We'll be docking in 4 minutes. Have Dr. Phlox meet us in decon.
And have him bring some STD meds.
The captain. I'm taking command of Enterprise.
Oh shit. Decon time.
Was it good for you too?
Sam awakens in sickbay to find his leg nicely healed. Hearing that Booba nabbed the big chair, he naturally assumes they're headed back to Frisco, but to his great surprise she informs him they're tracking the bad guy's ship. Seems I was wrong about you, Booba. Turns out you're a Volcan. They follow the baddies as far as a gas giant where the warp trail runs cold. But a quick bit of sciencing and all becomes clear. They went into the gas giant. I mean, duh.
We're going in.
Under the hurty fog, the gang soon locates Sulabad Central, a helix thingy comprised of a central thingy and lots of smaller thingies, held together by magnets. Sensors reveal Ridgie is among those inside. Well, it's Ridgie or Jimmy Hoffa. SAB suggests beaming him out, but Sam's like, safe and effective my arse, so he tells the Brit to nab one of the thingies instead. Yeah, how do you like them grapples? A quick crash course from Pitch Black, who apparently knows how to fly anything, and Sam and Bubba are ready to do that bit from Independence Day. Booba wants to wait for some Vulcan ship to get there, but Sam's not about to let some pointy-eared knobber nab his XP, and besides, new toys. Guns that offer no perceivable advantage but are less cool. You shouldn't have. So off they go, and despite driving like a drunken Chinese woman, Bubba successfully docks their thingy with the thingy. Inside, after Sam stunned a mother, they find Ridgie drugged up and strapped into a chair like Arnie in Total Recall. Bubba clearly hasn't seen Total Recall, but Sam gets the big guy under control, and moments later he's helping them deal with the Green Menace. Man, could we turn him loose on Just Stop Oil? Another lizard down, and Sam tells Bubba to get to the equivalent of the chopper! Then he uses the other toy SAB gave him to reverse the polarity on all those magnets.
Full reverse.
This upset in the poles throws the whole helix into disarray, but also, cuts off his escape route, so he orders Bubba to come back for him later, and, suddenly peckish and with nought else to do, wanders off in search of an IHOP, maybe a Panda Express. Instead, however, he finds the trippy room from before, and to think he'd have settled for a Denny's. Outside, Bubba can't find the ship, reverse depth charges having forced Booba into a tactical withdrawal. Luckily though, Best Girl could detect Bubba's foul ramblings anywhere, and with one gaseous emission they have a fix on his thingy. A grateful Booba compliments Best on her oral skills, and suddenly they're planning to skip out early to go look at handbags and hold each other's hair as they puke in the turbo lift. Girls get it done! Back in the trippy room, the dude we saw talking to the hologram dude earlier suddenly appears, or rather doesn't, because upgrades. He tells Sam he knows that Sam knows nothing, because otherwise he wouldn't have come looking for Ridgie, who also, he claims, knows nothing. Sam admits he doesn't know who he, the invisible dude, is, while acting like the invisible dude knows who he is, when really he doesn't, since he keeps calling him John. To summarise, no one knows anything. Shoulder barge! Sam is floored by the now visible dude, who promptly steals his new gun. No fair! It seems there'll be big egg on big faces back at Starfleet Command. Until Sam embraces the trippiness and Max Payne's that shit. Why couldn't you just stand there? From Max Payne to Quake-style rocket jumps, sort of, to a full-on disco fight. Sam serves up a large portion of Payne with a suffering side salad, but even his skills are no match for the dude's cheat codes, so he quickly decides to leg it. Alas, this gives Greenie a clear shot, but at the last second Bubba beams him out of there. Turns out he should have just trusted the science. See you around, dude. Or maybe I won't. To Kronos then, where some Klingons are preparing to kill each other, or maybe just debating the merits of various beard care products, hard to tell. Sam and the girls enter with Ridgie, who yells something, and this old Klingon guy cuts his hand, and another guy collects the blood and pours it on a thingy. MacGuffin ahoy! The spirit of Christmas was inside him all along!
I'll take that as a thank you.
I don't think they have a word for thank you.
What did he say?
He said, I use cedarwood oil and a special comb. So the galaxy's saved, blah blah. Starfleet tells Sam to keep on keeping on, and Booba agrees tits would be breast if she didn't pack her fun bags after all. Rack her fun bags. Mission accomplished and all that. But hang about, what the fuck happened to Al? Yes, he's leaped pretty far. I've got faith. I've got faith. Faith of the Arse.